I'm doing great. Thank
You're
you very
doing
much.
good. You're doing good. Well, looking good as always.
Thank you.
And I am so glad to have you coming to our association for our October meeting.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm always excited about new faces and new opportunities to educate.
Yes, yes, yes. At NEC, and let me just tell everybody what NEC kind of stands for. NEC, it is NEC Business Association. So the N is networking, the E is education, and the C is coaching. So we believe in networking, education, and coaching. So it's NEC Business Association. And so you're coming with the E part at our upcoming business meeting. So every month we have a different business meeting and we have different speakers and different educators to come in. And the first part we deal with networking. And everybody comes in with their business cards and networking and get some great opportunities out there. And then we have the educational piece, and that's where you come in.
Okay.
And so I was saying, whether you want to start a business, whether you have a business and you want to grow a business, most folk, our problem is what? We got a great product, service, we have all this great stuff, but how do I get the word out? And, we all could go out and do TV ads if we had $1 million.
Right.
We all could go out and do a bunch of radio blasts and we had a lot of money. But for a lot of us small business owners, we need an inexpensive way to get the word out. I know myself, email marketing have really helped me grow my business. Basically, in many times in some of my companies, that's the major thing that I've been using. So I said, let me bring in an expert that understands email marketing and can kind of give us exactly how to do it the right way. And guess who popped in my head?
Well, me. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. I said,
I'm
I
working
know.
hard being an expert, so I'm glad I'm being recognized.
That's right. I said, I know who can get it done. We can bring her in. So October 19th.
Yes.
9 a.m., 9 to noon. We're going to have the meeting. And maybe just start off, tell me a little bit about you. Who are you? Tell me a little bit about your background and what your vision and passion in life.
All right. So I start by my background, Lanelle Henderson. I've been in Atlanta for 24 years. Actually, I'm a native New Yorker. For those Southerners, don't hold that against me because I'm converted.
All right.
My background's always been in marketing and sales. Even as a child, I've been an entrepreneur. And I worked as a marketing director for the Georgia State University School of Hospitality and Executive MBA program. That really kind of let me get into the marketing mix. And then I was recruited by Marriott, where I had the best sales and marketing training and jumped on my own in 2003 and did my own marketing company. Once I did that, I used email marketing with Constant Contact actually to grow my business. I saw the major results that it brought my business, getting that word of mouth out there. Okay. And they approached me in 2011 to actually be their regional development director. So I did that for about 2 years. Okay. I just left in July 31st to go back to my marketing company because I realized there were so many areas that people were lacking. Even though I was doing the education and loved the education component, people needed the consulting. They needed the hands-on. They needed the how-to. And, I can teach you best practices all day, but if you're not actually applying them the correct way, you're not going to see the results that you need. And I'm a results-driven person. I like to see businesses succeed. As a small business owner, I was a single parent, as well. My son is grown, but I know the challenges of running a business. It is the hardest thing you can do. Not to say single parenting is not, but owning your own business, being compensated for what you're worth on your abilities and your talents, you have to find a way to get out there and be professional. And that's what I want to be able to bring to audiences and individuals who are, living that entrepreneurial way. Okay. My life is all about living the life to the fullest, making the best that you can. I was thinking today, I'm like, you know what? I was looking at my skin today and I said, I need some sun.
Need a little sun, huh?
I love the sun. My son says, Mommy, you can't get no darker. Yes, I can, actually.
That's right.
And I want to be able to do it from wherever I am. So if I'm laying in Antigua on the beach, I want to be able to still help businesses and market. And I want that to be just my way of life. Education is important. It's always been an important part of my family. I'm actually going back to get my PhD
Oh,
in
good.
marketing. My goal is really to share with people that people think marketing is something that, oh, we'll do it if case we need to
That's
get
right.
business. No, it's something that should be done all the time.
It's a
It should be
must.
on regular, consistent basis, which is
Hmm.
why constant contact, I love the name. It should be constant. You don't do it just once in a blue moon. You do it on a regular schedule. And most people, out of the 10,000 people that I presented to in the last 1%, and I'm being generous, had a marketing plan. And that's
Wow.
just not acceptable. You
Right.
can't just kind of wake up every day and be like, oh, well, what am I going to do
That's
today?
right.
Or, you've got to have something written down that you're going to follow as a guide to keep your message out there and keep it consistent.
That's right. That's right. And I agree 100%. And that's one of the keys to my success.
Yeah.
From my real estate firm to my technology firms to the coaching to the mentoring, everything that I do, marketing is a very important part of that. And most business owners don't understand that when you look at email marketing specifically, it's very inexpensive, but you can have a very great touch. You can touch a lot of folks. You can contact a lot of folk, and you can make a great impact. So maybe tell me what, when it comes to the email marketing,
Mhm.
what mistakes do you see other than not doing anything? Because we know a lot of
Right.
a lot of small business folks don't do anything, and like you said, have no marketing plan. But
So,
the ones
yep.
that try, what's some of the
So,
biggest mistakes you see?
what I found, one, and this is something that we do this series, hands-on marketing series. We're doing a Lucky 7 series for just 7 individuals at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't even set up their account the correct way.
Ah,
And that is what I find. And it's not just small companies. These
okay.
are even medium-sized companies.
Wow.
One of the other things I found, and it's kind of like just a LinkedIn problem. If your LinkedIn page is not completed 100%, I'm sure your email marketing isn't either.
That's
And
right.
so
That's right.
and that's actually going to help the flow and the success of everything that works. Your links, you're creating your mailing list, segmenting your list. Those are number one problems. Like you were saying, people they have a great product. They want to get the word out there. The biggest challenge is knowing your audience. And if you
Okay.
don't know your audience, meaning who you're actually selling that, service or product to, you're wasting your time and you're wasting the other person's time. You have to listen. So setting up your account is one challenge, segmenting your list. And when I say set up your account, make sure you have a way for people to join your list. Even put it in your email signature. Make sure you have it set up so people can automatically opt into your email.
Right.
Spamming is number one. I mean, it's amazing how many people I will teach, and people tell me in the class that they do not like spam, even though my grandmother made a mean spam sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
They don't like spam, but I tell you, right after I leave class, they're spamming me. It takes a second to ask for permission for people to opt into your email address, or when you're meeting them and getting their business card, let them know you're going to add them to your email list, as
Okay.
opposed to just collecting business cards and putting them on your email list. One, first of all, you haven't built that person's trust. And when you do something like that, you definitely lost their trust. I actually opt out now because really you haven't given me the common courtesy just to even ask me or drop me a quick email saying, hey, I would love to add you to my email list. You can opt out. Just getting that permission up front. I'd rather keep that person than lose them totally.
That's right. That's really important because a lot of small business owners, a lot of our problem is we don't know how to build that list.
That's right.
And we
And
don't understand how to do it correctly.
That's
We
right.
don't understand the rules and the regulations. We don't
Right.
understand strategies. And I see that a lot myself. All the time, people don't understand how, if you can build a list successfully, you can build your business.
Oh my goodness.
And contacts are worth $1 million, and people just, especially small businesses, we just don't know how to do that.
Well, and one of the things is, so we're so hungry to get our information out. I've actually had people, and I laugh now because I think after a certain amount of years, you grow up and you learn these things. But people, as a small business owner, of course, you want everybody to know what you're doing. But you have to really define who your customer is.
That's right.
And then you ask for that. If you do speak with someone, get to know what their interests are or what their needs are. But we're so hungry. We want everybody to know what we do. We're proud of what we do.
That's
but
right.
we want everybody to know it. And sometimes you really got to pay attention to know who your customer is, and don't always think that it's one person. It could be multiple.
So I'm a small business owner, and folks I coach, I hear this all of the time. I'm a small business owner. I know my market. I even have a marketing plan. I
Mm-hmm.
am trying to send emails to this target market. But usually it's two things that, kind of messes them up. Number
Okay.
one, the question is, when I send that email,
Mm-hmm.
how do I get this person to open it? How do I increase my opening ratio? I send thousands and thousands of emails, or
Mm-hmm.
I send even 100 but emails, but nobody opens it. Nobody pays me any attention. What's a kind of the strategy that once I know who I'm going to touch,
Right.
how do I get them to open up the doggone email?
So that's a great point. And
Okay.
one of the things that I want to preface is open rates are great, but
Okay.
you should focus on response rate. So let me go
Oh,
back and
okay. There's a
explain
difference.
on open rate. That's why permission is so important. If you add somebody to your email list that is looking forward to getting your emails, they're going to
Oh,
open your emails. But if
okay.
you're adding people to your distribution list that really don't have a clue to what you're doing, they're not going to open your email.
Ah,
Now, here's one thing that you can agree on is when we look at our email inbox, we look at who's it from, correct?
yes. Uh-huh.
So that relationship, because marketing is all about relationships,
Right.
they're going to be looking at who's it from. If they don't know you, that's not going to be a priority for them.
That's
So they're
right.
looking at the inbox, who's it from, and they're going
Okay.
to look at the subject line. And the subject line is going to make it really compelling. And we have this new phrase, at least content that says 2 words, two words today and 2 seconds, or 2 seconds, 2 words today. So that means you really have 2 seconds to capture them in your subject line that makes it relevant. So I would say, you know what, if you even say last day to register, or, 5 great ways to save money now, those are things that are going to trigger somebody open your emails, as opposed to saying October newsletter really doesn't tell you anything about what you're
I
sending.
got you.
Try to make that subject matter, oh my gosh, I
Ah,
have to see what they're talking about. So making
ah.
it relevant, knowing who you're targeting. Don't make it too long, and really have content that's appealing to your audience. So most business owners, because we want to sell and promote, it's all about us. Well,
Ah.
it's not about you. It's about your customers. And your
Ah.
have got to know, why are you reaching out to me? What information are you going to give me to be better? So therefore, if you're just sitting there selling and promoting what you have to offer, not taking into consideration the recipient who's getting your email,
Oh,
then
wow.
them. And another challenge that I find out is a lot of people do one newsletter, and it's kind of a one size fits all. I'm sorry, people. With marketing, you really need to have a strategy and take things in consideration and make sure that your messaging is targeted to your audience. If I'm sitting here and I say my specialty is hospitality, that's where my degree is, in hospitality.
Uh-huh.
So I work with hotels, restaurants, event planners, things like that. That messaging needs to be specific. Now, if I'm targeting hotels, I may not put event planners in there. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you.
It's not
Got you.
the same audience. I may talk to an event planner about utilizing our services. Yeah, they may work with hotels, but my
Mm-hmm.
newsletter should be specific to the recipients who are doing it. When you target your audience, you're able to send the messages the right way. So you can customize a campaign, maybe work on your whole newsletter, and then shorten that newsletter and break it into 3 groups that you can target to your audiences. But you need to think about that. The one size all approach really doesn't work, and it tells people who receive your emails, you really don't know who I am. It's kind of like the email that
Ah.
says, "Dear value customer." What does that say? You don't
That's
even know
right.
my first name.
That's right.
You don't
That's
have
right.
common courtesy to even get to know my first name
That's
because you
right.
picked up my email address. With
That's
email
right.
marketing, it's about personal delivery of communications. So if I sent you an email saying, "Hey, Luther," or "Luther, what's your nickname? You have a nickname?"
No, but I need one.
All
Well,
right.
no, I do, but it's a child name, and I won't tell nobody.
All right, I understand. My dad has one of those. So if I say, "Hey, Luther," and then
Uh,
throughout my email communications, I'm saying, "Oh, Luther, thank you so much. Looking forward to doing business with NEC Business Association." All of those components, which are merged fields in your email marketing, make that email seem like it's just for you. But if
got
you have
it.
dear value customer and it's very generic, it really says you didn't put much thought in it.
At
You
all.
don't know the program that you're using, but you're kind of just sending something out just to be sending it out. And the key is email marketing should be personalized. And even if
That's
you're
right.
using an email service provider, you want to do as much personalization in that email that you can.
And so that's why when you mentioned earlier about segmenting your list,
Very
Like,
critical.
I own a technology company, I own a real estate company, I do a lot of different things. I have a lot of different corporations. I need a separate list for each person, and then the
Yeah.
message have to go out different to each different business. And I think a lot of small businesses miss that because
Yes.
I wish I had $1 for every time, just like you said, I receive a October newsletter.
Let me tell you something. If I got $1, I'd be chilling on the beach already in Antigua with my beachfront crib. So, no, you're right. And you know what? Maybe I need to start asking $1 for everybody who makes a mistake, so that
That's
I can
right.
work on getting that house on the beach.
That's
But
right.
I mean, and here's the thing: this is not rocket science. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? It's just taking the time to pay attention to your business and who your audience is,
Right.
and then taking time to send the right messaging to the right audience.
That's
It's
right.
kind of like selling, if you have motorcyclers and you have truck drivers and you have wave runners, you're not going to send something about motorcycles to your wave runners. They're not going to be interested.
That's
You've
right.
got to keep the messaging the right way. So people lose. And when people see your email maybe the first or second time and realize, okay, you know what, this person doesn't know me, they're not
Okay.
going to keep open your email. Some
Right.
people may not opt out because
That's
they
right.
some people don't even know to go all the way to the bottom to unsubscribe.
That's
So
right.
your emails, and like a friend of mine who had 29,000 emails in his inbox, I'm like, oh my God, I would have a heart attack.
That's
And
right.
so I just haven't had time to sit still and go through it. So he's picking through all the emails. You miss quality emails when you do that, which is why subscribing to people's emails, then you know you've got things in your inbox that you want.
That you want. Right. Exactly.
People want to get
Exactly.
things in their inbox that they're interested in receiving. So you need to find, why am I valuable enough to be in their inbox? If you don't find that value, then you need to reevaluate what communications your audience is looking for. And if you don't know, they're the best people to ask. One of the other
Absolutely.
things that I stress is when I started my company in 2003, I actually had email marketing. Well, I started email marketing in 2004, and I used survey. That was before Facebook, Twitter, all these things. And I would survey my clients and ask them what were they interested in. So if I did these Women on the Move events that I did, and I was thinking, okay, every month it's a learning opportunity, but you know what? I'm kind of figuring out what do people want. I sent out a survey. Women started telling me, what is it that they're struggling in their business? If it's sales and marketing, if it's HR, if it's accounting, if it's finance. And so therefore, we were able to plan a whole curriculum every month based on the feedback that we got from the people. You've got to ask your audience. Don't guess, because you could be guessing wrong and you may miss them. But if you say, you know what, we're really trying to figure out what it is that you're interested in learning, we want to be the solution for you, then you need to probe those questions. Not just an email, not posting always on Facebook. Pick up the phone, people. Make a phone call. Talk to people. Build relationships. What happens is we've hidden behind technology and we rely on getting all our answers on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. Sometimes you just need to pick up the phone or bring your client a cup of coffee and ask the right questions.
That's right. Wow, that's powerful. That is, you know what? That's some powerful information. Look, give me 2 minutes and one last thing I got to ask.
Okay.
You said something that, is very important, and I think everybody need to hit on this. And I know you're going to go in a lot more detail October the 19th, but you said, Luther, open rate is important, but response rate is more important.
Yeah. So
a lot of people, we get stuck on how many emails are open.
Right.
So, okay, first, what is the response rate, and how do I increase it? How do I get people to respond to the email?
So based on your content, because the content is critical, you want a response rate, but that's based on your call to action. What do you want people to do when they read your email?
Okay.
You want them to call, schedule an appointment, send you an email, buy from you online. You've got to make that happen. So if I send out an email, and maybe I have an article in there, I have an item that we're promoting or a class. At the end of that email, I want you to sign up for something. So you need to direct people and tell them sign up today, deadline ends tomorrow, whatever it may be. So that response is the actual action that happens. Did they buy? Did they call? Did they set up an appointment? Did they email you? That's what you should be looking at. So if you have a list of 1,000 people, but you know what? You only get a 10% open rate, but you know what? Out of that 10%, those people followed through. That's what you should be excited for.
Okay.
up that they read your email? Did they click on something? Did they read something? Did they download an ebook? Those are the
Okay.
things that you want to do. Those are the efforts that you should be looking at when you're putting your emails together. Is what are people going to do? Are they going to go to my website or
Mm-hmm.
to order? Are they going to like me on Facebook and download that content that I have? That's what you should be focusing on. Are they interested in what information you're putting out there? And the tool that you should be using is to educate and inform. I
Mm-hmm.
know we're all trying to sell, and heck, with the government to shut down, we need to make money. We need to, and that's why small business is so important.
That's
We
right.
run this company in this
That's right.
country. So get your
That's
business,
right.
use this time now to get your business in order
That's
because
right.
you small businesses is what makes America.
That's
But the
right.
key is once you realize that your audience really wants what you have to offer,
Right.
even if you're sharing tips about what your client doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
about your business or you're the resource for them, they're going to look at you as being that resource and they're going to keep coming back to you. So don't always push, oh, we got this on sale or you can buy this at a price. Tell them why they should buy from you.
That's
Tell them
right.
why they should buy your product or service.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them that you really genuinely care about their well-being, and then you've got a loyal customer.
Wow, that's powerful. You know what? I'm excited already. You know, October 19th is going to be absolutely tremendous. Boy, look, my mind was spinning and thinking myself, like, you know what? I think I have made that mistake before.
We
And,
all have.
and,
I'm guilty. I teach it every day. And you know what? Sometimes, here's the thing: as small business owners, it's kind of. Now, I told myself I'm gonna get that cap like in the books when you're a kid. It's one of the Dr. Seuss hats. Books with all the caps. We wear so many hats that we don't really break down the intricate details sometimes. We don't marinate what's important, keeping your message out there. And
right.
then, we're human, so we're going to make mistakes, but that's why the plan is in place. When you have the plan, it doesn't have to be that elaborate.
Right.
I'm doing this. I'm working on something that's going to show you quick and easy, but you reference it, you look at it, and then you know you're on the right track. If you
That's
don't
right.
have it written down to the back of your head, what happens is you're going to be like, okay, well, did I do this right? Because you're winging it.
That's
and
right.
let me tell you something, winging it doesn't always, I mean, you could be lucky and wing it, but
That's
the
right.
key is when you have a plan, you're going to succeed. At
That's
least you're
right.
going to have steps that's going to be proven. Then you can
That's
look and
right.
see what worked and didn't work, stop what doesn't work,
That's
and
right.
continue working and improving what does work. And that's other challenges. A lot of people continue to do the same things because they're not doing marketing that they're measuring. And
That's
if you
right.
can't measure your results, you don't know if it's working or not. So you keep repeating the same cycle, and that's actually insanity when you
That's
keep
right.
doing the same thing, expecting the same results.
That's
So
right.
change.
That's right. Well, I appreciate everything. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Let me tell everybody again, October the 19th, Lanelle's going to be there. You are going to give us some great information. I'm looking forward to it. I will have my pencil and paper ready to learn myself. It's going to be October 19th, Sheridan Suites Hotel. Right off of Cobb Parkway, 285 in Cobb Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia. Whether you're local, out of town, you gotta be here. This is going to be powerful. We are going to be talking about some powerful strategies to start your business, to grow your business, to take your business to the next level, using email marketing, using marketing in general. We have the one and only Lanelle Henderson that's going to be there live and in charge. Look, if you learned something today, you're going to definitely learn something. The event starts at 9 a.m. Doors will open up at 8:30. We are going to have marketing from 9 a.m. until about 10 to 10:30. Then at 10:30, we are going to give it all over to Lanelle, and she's going to bless us with some great information from about 10:30 until 11:30, and then from about 11:30 until 12. We have some Q&A to make sure everybody gets all of their questions answered. And then after that, we go into networking again, and everybody's able to network. We have a local restaurant close that after the meeting, a lot of the participants go to the restaurant and have lunch, a cup of coffee or whatever, and just keep the networking going. So it's always a great, wonderful time. But that's October 19th, 2013, from 9 a.m. until noon. You must register. The website, necbusinessassociation.com. N as in Nancy, E as in Edward, C as in Cat, NEC, businessassociation.com. Go there, register now, reserve your seat, and we will, so that you can see Lanelle live and in charge. Anything else for us, Lanelle?
I'm excited. You got me all pumped up. I'm really excited too. I want to make sure people understand networking. I have some gifts I think I'll give away for the
Oh,
network.
good. Good,
I'm
good,
all about
good.
bringing gifts, but really, people, I just, I'm passionate about what I do. It's funny. I wake up first thing in the morning. I really want people to get this. Make a difference. Start now. Stop
Mm-hmm.
procrastinating. I have a friend who has a sign on his house, and it says, "Procrastination is the thief of opportunity," and he still procrastinates. His daughter gave him that sign. We all procrastinate, but
That's
if you
right.
want to see the results now, if you always praying about getting those results, well,
That's right.
that is you got to do your part and come up with a plan,
That's
get
right.
your networks in order, follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. I'm guilty. I don't always follow up, and that is like my primary thing. But I want to make sure that you get it, and there's going to be no excuse for you to start.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, Lanelle, I appreciate all of your time. Wonderful job. Great information. I look forward to seeing you October 19th
Yes.
at 9 a.m. Again, everybody, please register. NECBusinessAssociation.com. I am Luther Ragsdale, CEO and founder of the firm, and I look forward to seeing everybody on October the 19th. Lanelle, thank you for your time.
Goodbye.
Great job, and I'll see you at the event.
All right. See you on 19. Have a
Thank
great day.
you.